Okay, I'm sorry, I shut it off. So this is the funny part coming up?
Coming up, yeah.
Okay,
I gotta
good.
do this over.
Check it
So,
out.
thinking of my mother and her Alzheimer's, and in what sense is she still the same person? My mother.
Yes,
Okay.
very good.
And I'm concerned that my sister thinks of her only as a problem and a difficulty, and a cranky old demented woman, and is not helpful enough.
Were we at the fun part yet?
No.
Okay.
So thinking about this, all these questions, I look it up on the internet, under philosophy and all of that. And so I read and find some good sites. I then come to bed. My wife is reading a novel of the type that entertains her, and I'm coming to bed. And I say to her, honey, do you think we remain the same person we were when we were younger? And hoping, because I'm having all these doubts that we aren't. And my wife usually, always, takes the conservative, most conventional answer.
Okay.
So I thought, I'm having doubts whether we persist in personal, and I will ask her. She always
She'll say, of course.
stereotype. And she says, of course not. We're not the same people. She says, no, we change and develop. I said, but what about us? We got married in 1975. And she says, but we've changed so much, we're not the same people. I said, if we're not the same people we got married in 75, are we now, have we been for a long time living in sin? And she says, if we had been living in sin, it would have been more fun. But also that reminded me of the question.
It's not always about
Oh,
art
don't-
here at Inspire.
No, get this. We're going to the art part. We're returning. We started with Louis Tiffany.
Right.
Okay. So, being poor college students, when we got married on the Christmas break in Waco, we took our honeymoon in Fort Worth. And looked at the seminary and all this.
Yeah.
But the main thing we did on our few days of honeymoon was to tour all the art museums in Fort Worth.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Amon Carter, and there's the Museum of Modern Art. I think in that area there's 3. Anyway, we went to them all. I don't think my wife had ever been to an art museum
Oh, okay.
up till our honeymoon. So I think in some way she's going to say, Bruce, you have changed so much. We're not the same people. And yet, if you want to argue persistence of identity, she's going to say, we're 2 young people in love and passion. We get married, and you drag me off to art museum after art museum after art museum. And now you're painting pictures, and there's too many canvases in the apartment. Maybe a part of me is the same person.
I think so.
Maybe we need to get a wedding license.
Awesome.
Interesting.
So,
That's your